Alrighty, you've been given a dramatic interpretation ballot. Now, the speaker will perform a selection from a one-act play, maybe a short story, or a selection from a book. The piece may have one or may have multiple characters. And you'll find a variety of distinctive voices and mannerisms should differentiate the multiple characters. The key consideration with a dramatic interpretation, otherwise known as a DI, is character development. The speech should be dramatic. There won't be any visual aids. Speeches are generally 8 to 10 minutes long. The DI should be memorized, although each speaker will have their piece in a black binder, also known as a black book, which they will have accompanied with them during the round. To begin your round, you'll do a typical roll call. Make sure all your students are in. If anyone is double entered, please let them go first so we can keep the round moving smoothly. As in most events, you will not give time signals for this one. You will announce the first speaker. They will come up to the front of the room. They will perform their piece. After the speaker is finished, wait for applause, thank them, and then take a moment to write any additional comments on your ballot. Using your list, call your next speaker and do so until the last speaker has spoken. During each speech, you will listen, you will write feedback on your ballot. Just also note that you can also add additional feedback after the round is over. Once the last speaker has spoken, wish them all good luck and send them out to their next round. So, the basic format that you may consider. The speech will generally have a teaser, which is the beginning of the speech or the part or the piece. There'll be an introduction, which will explain where the piece came from, its significance, and then there'll be the body of the speech and ending with the conclusion. Some of the things that you may look for. Does the speaker state the author and the name of the piece in the introduction? This is important because we need to know where it came from and that it actually exists. Does the speaker explain the theme of the piece and the significance? Why is it important? And then what is the purpose of this piece? Why was it done? Basically, does the source ever explain all of this and the significance adequately? Some of the things you may be asking yourself: did you enjoy the piece? Well, why not? Let the speaker know. Was the piece cut well? Was it difficult to follow? How were the transitions? Did it flow smoothly as though it was written in one piece? Was the main character distinctive? Could you tell if there was multiple characters by mannerisms, speeches, maybe it's accents, anything else that they did to distinguish them? Did the character stand out? Did the main character seem real? Could you even relate to the characters? How was the switching between characters? Was it smooth? Overall, was the story, how was it? Was it subdued or was it an emotional roller coaster? Was the reading natural? How was the energy? Was it a good interpretation of the story? Also, you may note, was the piece memorized? Could you tell that they were reading it from their black book? Vocal delivery. Was it smooth? Was there a lot of pauses? And if there were pauses, were they there for a reason? How was their energy? Was the bass good? These are this and a bunch of other questions that you can ask yourself, but we encourage you to take a look at our handbook we gave you so you can get other ideas of what you might tell the speakers. Make sure that you give them as much constructive feedback as possible, because there is nothing worse than getting a ballot that says, great job, but 5th place. Let the speakers know. The speakers want to know, their coaches want to know so they can make improvements or they can keep what's doing really well with them. So I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun with this. So go out and have a good time. Thank you.